In this AI era, how a new copywriter, established copywriter, can save themselves from this AI world? AI is a good. At the same time, AI is not good, as Elon Musk also mentioned this one thing. So, what's your take on this AI stuff at present? Funnel building and copywriting is a service business where people are charging hell lot of money, like crazy money for their services, and at the same time, there is a people who is even not able to charge four figure. They are just chasing for the client, chasing for the money. If they really wanted to charge super high ticket for their service, what kind of mistakes they can avoid? Hey everyone, welcome to the Entrepreneurs Warrior Show. This is where we interview entrepreneurs, coaches, consultants who are expert in their niche. Today we have one of the very amazing personality with us. He is a ClickFunnels certified funnel builder, and he is founder of DWT Digital, that is providing services into web funnel building and so many different services. He is persuasion copywriter, funnel consultant, and marketing strategist, bringing clients and leads to you. And the most important and interesting thing is he's building funnels for Russell Brunson and a lot of top names in the marketplace. So without further ado, let's have one of the most incredible personality with us on the stage. It's Koen. Hi, how are you?
Good. Just a quick one so that people don't get the wrong idea. I'm not building funnels for Russell as a paid client. I'm in one of his coaching programs, his top coaching programs, and there we sometimes get the opportunity to try to beat his control. He's just started doing that now, and I was actually invited to contest and to compete. I think there were about 100 or so people that were invited, and I just found out literally like this morning that I'm in the top 10. So they have
Wow.
elected the funnel that I built as a top 10, and now they're going to drive traffic towards these funnels. And it is to beat one of Russell's own products, not products, but to beat one of his own funnels. It's the magnetic marketing newsletter that he has
Nice.
with Russell Brunson. So it's not with Dan Kennedy. So it's not, he has many businesses, but this is one of his top products. And yeah, it was quite an honor to, first of all, being invited and then beating another 90 people and being in the last top 10 to go against a funnel that's built by the whole ClickFunnels team that he's been using to great success, because I think that company is doing now like almost $20 million a year. So it's highly successful. That he gives us the opportunity, just like, okay, guys, see what you can do. Try to beat my control. So yeah,
Mhm.
in that perspective, yes, I'm building funnels for Russell Brunson, but not maybe in the way that people might think.
Amazing. Thank you so much for mentioning. And once again, congratulations for being in top 10. That's a
Yes,
great
yes.
achievement, incredible achievement. Congratulations once again. And guys, drop a congratulation to Coin in the chat box in the comment section. So before we starting the podcast, this interview, first of all, I wanted to know your story. Like, how did you got started? How did you enter into the funnel building? And so many things you are doing. Like you are a funnel builder, you are a copywriter, you are a marketer, and now on what? Now you also got opportunity in top 10 in Russell Brunson. How did you started? What's the first ever step when that you decided I have to be into the marketing space, into the funnel building space, or how? What's your backstory?
Oh, that can take a while. So I'll try to condense that a little bit. I studied in high school and later on as a bachelor degree. I studied marketing. Marketing is always something that's been a topic of interest to me. But obviously, as you can see by my George Clooney beard, I've been around for a couple of years. So when I started learning marketing, that was in the late 80s and the beginning of the 90s. So that was well before the internet. So I got trained in like the old school kind of marketing techniques, like advertising on TV, in magazines, on radio, and all that kind of stuff, which obviously helps me now because I have that old school training. But then, cut forward many years later, I started doing my own businesses, brick and mortar, and that was also just before the internet boom. So website building wasn't really something that wasn't easy to find, or it was very expensive. The same with online advertising, that was all just starting. Like Facebook didn't even exist yet. When I started my business, it was a little bit of uh, um, SEO and Google that was coming up. So I had to learn all these things myself over the past two decades, and that's how it actually morphed into, when I stepped away from the brick and mortar, I still had all these skills, and that's when then friends knew this. They asked me like, "Hey, you know how to build websites? You know how to run Google ads? You know how to run Facebook ads? Can you help me out?" And I did okay. So I didn't really have to be too stressed of like finding something new to do after I stepped away from the brick and mortar. So I started helping people, and I thought like, I kind of like this, so I might as well maybe turn that into a profession. And this is about 7, 8 years ago, and Facebook ads was a huge thing. Everybody was like jumping on Facebook ads. All the gurus came out with their courses on teaching how to use Facebook ads, and that was like a real hot thing. Like if you wanted to make money online, there were two things that you could do. There was social media manager with guys like Ty Lopez pushing that, and a couple of other gurus also, or Facebook ads management. So those were the two critical skills that people were looking for online. And I did a little bit of both in the beginning, but then, posting memes and creating all these things that social media managers did back in the day, that wasn't really my thing. So I got very deep into Facebook ads, and I scored some huge clients and spent like a lot of money for my clients on Facebook ads. But then I also started to realize that when people came to me and they said my ad is broken, can you fix my ad? That it actually is much more than just the ad. Is everything that sits behind the ad, where you actually have to start with. That was the problem. The problem was, where are the people driving their traffic to? Like just website pages without real direction, or with a very vague message on there. And this is how I got more and more into funnels, because that was also the time when Russell Brunson came up and started to become successful in like 2017, 2016, 2017, that era, that I started to realize more and more. It's like, okay, Facebook ads is one thing, but the journey that the people take from there, that's much more important, because that's where you get your conversions. So that's where it all started.
Beautiful thing, man. Coming from having a marketing knowledge, then your journey is always evolving with these things. It's not like stagnant with the one thing that I am the best in that thing and I am the only best. You didn't stop there, and you always evolve, like what's the need of market, and then according to it you're moving towards like, okay, something people need to know, how to fix Facebook ads, let me find out, and then let me serve people. Okay, people are getting error in the websites in funnel, so let's the new thing is funnel. That's really beautiful thing that what you mention is. And the overall journey is consistent improving. And the message, if the people who is watching the, if specifically a newbie who is, or who feel that I am stuck in my journey, this is a message for you as well, that always figure out what's the next step, not just stick with one thing. You didn't marry with the one thing, right? That's really
No,
amazing.
correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
So
from there, so once I understood how ads work, and once I
mm,
understood like where the traffic needs to go to, which is
mm,
obviously into a funnel with one conversion objective, then the next step is like, it's just not just any page. It's very important what is on there, the messaging. So that's
yeah,
when, and I've always been a reader and a writer. So the step then into copywriting was also not a really very big one. And
yeah.
I love to learn. I'm constantly learning. I read about 50, 60 books a year.
Wow.
And it's always books on things that actually sharpen my skill, that broaden my knowledge base, and all these things, and obviously help you in becoming a all-round full stack marketer, which I don't really want to blow my own trumpet here, but they're very hard to find, because either you
Mm,
find very good copywriters, but they don't understand anything about funnels, or
yeah.
you find funnel builders, but they don't understand anything or not a lot about marketing and copywriter, or they don't know how to drive traffic, and they don't know how the traffic side of the whole thing, how all these cogs fit together. And because I was lucky to evolve in this journey, and it was sometimes also like forced, like there's like a force majeure
Mm,
that pushes you in a certain direction. Because at the height of my fledgling career, I was doing a lot of ads and working with a lot of gym owners in the United States. And then that pesky thing called COVID
yeah.
started.
Mm,
And like within 3 weeks, all my clients were gone because all their gyms closed. And I was like, okay, that's it. So I was like going, oh, shoot, that's not good. But obviously, in the
yeah.
end, as it turned out, with hindsight, for everybody that's in the online internet marketing or the internet business space, COVID was a fantastic thing, because now all of a sudden everybody was sitting at home twiddling with their fingers, and the whole business, the whole online thing just completely exploded and created so many opportunities for people. So sometimes you're forced to adapt and shift, because I knew obviously the gym market very well, but then
Mm,
okay, that's gone. What am I doing now? And then
mm.
you have to restart rethinking your process.
Loved it. Thanks for sharing this bulb on stuff. Amazing. Loved it. It's a mic drop thing that you just shared with us. So, while discussing with you and also while researching about you, about your previous videos, interviews, and all of this thing, I figure out that you, being a funnel builder, copywriter, marketer, you believe too much into human psychology, the human buyer psychology. So, can you explain to us, to all of the audience who is listening to this, how does it help in your approach into as a funnel building, as a funnel builder, as a copywriter, as a marketer, and how this approach of human psychology can actually helping you and your clients?
Okay, so I started to dive deeper and deeper into this funnel marketing world, and having like a front row seat in not what's happening inside ClickFunnels, but being there, listening, seeing what's happening in the market. Then you start seeing, it's like, why are there so many people that have an online, and it's not only ClickFunnels, it's like Groove pages and Lead pages, and there's so many different software possibilities out there. But why is about maybe 3-4% of them are making money, and the vast majority, they're not really doing that well? You might act, and that really surprised me. And then you start looking at like, okay, why is this? And is not just only being able to write copy, but it's really understanding what the audience really wants at a much deeper level. Because when your listeners, when they scroll through their Facebook page or their Facebook feed, there's so much things that try to grab your attention. And in order to really get the attention of somebody and hold it, you have to be able to connect with the audience at a subconscious level. Once I start understanding that, things really started to change, because that's the biggest difference between the 97 and the 3%. The 3% are the marketers, the people, the gurus, the businesses that understand that people make decisions subconsciously. And if you can tap on into that subconscious behavior, we don't realize that. Like, why do you buy product A and not product B? Ask that to people, and a lot of the time they cannot give a very clear, logical explanation. They think, because all buying decisions are first taken in they call that the lizard brain, like there where you react, and that's instinct. And then afterwards, when that has triggered, then we start to move it to the front cortex, where our logical brain sits. So then we are going to try to justify why we've actually bought this, but you actually don't really know, because it's all subconsciously in your caveman lizard brain. And there are certain tactics and certain techniques that you can use to exploit, is maybe the wrong word, but to use that to your advantage. And like with everything, there are bad people and there are good people. So these techniques, they also work for people that have less ethics, and that maybe sell things that they shouldn't be selling. But okay, there's nothing that we can do against that. But like, this is the beauty of the online marketing game, that once you know how to play it, you can actually do a lot of good. And I only work with people, coaches, course creators, and supplement companies that really have something that can improve people's lives. I could make a lot more money going into different kind of niches and different kind of products, but I'm not really interested in that. For me, it's all about, there is already so much pain and so much stuff going on in the world, that we should use the powers that we have been gifted by the universe. We should use them at least to make it a better place for all of us, and not just think only about yourself and your own gain. Long answer.
But I loved it. You again did a mic drop stuff, and definitely it's a long answer, but it have a lot of deep value that can actually make sense to many people. And what you mentioned is something really makes sense, because from outside perspective people said no, but there is a deep reason why they said no, or there's a deep reason why they buy your product or services. Like, if like, there is a concept in .com secret by Russell Benson. People buy because of logic, and they just like, people buy because of I missed some words here and there, but they justify it with logics, right? It is
Afterwards,
something.
yes.
Yeah, it is, they justified it with logic. So right now you just mentioned that they buy with subconscious mind, and being a understanding of human psychology, if you can give some ideas of their subconscious mind, what's their thinking in their back of mind, and how, being a creator or being a product owner, somebody actually hit their subconscious mind, being a copywriter as well, you know how to write the word. So if you can drop more light on this one thing, it can make sense to a lot of people.
Yeah, this is all deep deep audience research, deep
Yeah.
avatar research, and all good copywriters. And I studied from some of the best in the world, like the A-list copywriters. They're not cheap, but they have extremely good courses. And I spent thousands of dollars to be mentored by these people and learn from these people, and it's definitely worth it. Um, it's all in research. That's basically it. Like going and trying to understand the customer of your client, the buyer of the product, at such a deep level that you know them better than they know themselves. I mean, this sounds like a cliche, but that actually is what it is. And there are obviously techniques that you learn from the people that are extremely successful in these business. But it's also by looking and seeing certain patterns. It's very difficult to explain, and there is no. If there was like one clear, concise answer, it would be much easier. But there isn't. It's all about going deeper and deeper and deeper inside the psyche of people. For example, one thing is like everybody says, I want more money, and I want more time. So you see so many copy that goes like, buy these products and you will make more money. And why doesn't that resonate? Because it doesn't really hit anybody at the core deep level. I always compare that with like, it's like pouring water on a duck. Duck is extremely water resistant. If you pour water on a duck, it just flows off like nothing has happened. Same thing. These messages that are very generic, that just talk in general, make more money with this thing. People don't pay attention to that. It's all about what do they want to do with that money, or they want more sales, or they want more leads, but why? So you have to ask why do they want this? Then you get to the second level and you go like, why do they want this? Then you get to the third level, and then you again ask why. At the third level, why do they want this? And then you get to the point where you actually need to start writing about. And this is the stuff that people, if you're in the avatar group, stuff that they don't say out loud, stuff that they just think but they wouldn't say. That's why surveys are helpful to get a better understanding, but in surveys people will never really give away the true thing what they are thinking about. So there are other ways to try to find that. And for example, I want more money. Actually, what people want is they want three things. They want more status, they want more security, and they want safety. That's what it comes down to. But that can mean different things. Like maybe safety for you means something different than for somebody else. Same with security. Same with status. It's different for every avatar group. And the whole idea behind deep psychographic avatar research is to lay all these things bare for a micro niche, for a small group that will be perceptive to your message. Because that's another big mistake that people still make in the industry. They go like, yeah, but my product helps everybody. You cannot talk to everybody. People buy because they feel like it. Like, what does that mean? They feel a connection with you, the owner of the product, or your course, or your message. Some people will not feel that connection with you, and they will not buy, even if your product can truly help them. But you should never try to sell to everybody, because you cannot talk to everybody. The whole point of being very pinpoint accurate with your avatar is that you can speak to the people that are receptive and that feel like buying from you. And when you do that, then you can become very successful, and then you have a winner.
Again, a golden nugget that you just shared. And people buy because they feel like buying it. They are resonating with it. Not just because your product is the best, but they are connecting with your stories. They are connecting with you, not only the story, but with you as a person, and
And
resonating
with
with you.
the brand also. That's why
Yes.
story branding becomes more and more important also, but genuine, because people will feel fakeness straight away.
That's amazing, incredible thing that you just drop on with us. And right now there is a lot of trends are going on, like AI is there, and everything is there. So in this AI tool, AI era, a new copywriter or established copywriter as well save themselves from being from this AI world. AI is a good, at the same time AI is not good, as Elon Musk also mentioned this one thing. So what's your take on this AI stuff as of at present?
Okay, so what people have to understand that when we're talking about Chat GPT or Claude or Bart or Llama, these are language learning models, which basically means is that they produce text. So if you ask a question, they will answer and they will give you something.
Yep.
This can be a death trap. This can be a death trap, especially for new copywriters, because surface level, what you might get as an answer, so oh yeah, that's not too bad, that looks good, let me use that. But if you don't have the background and the knowledge, then it's very hard for you to see like what is good and what is bad copy, because these language models, they can't think for you. They can't do that. So it is a very, very good starting point to get ideas quicker. And obviously, I've been using AI for almost a year now. I was one of these early people that jumped on when chat came out, like November last year, when it was terrible. Now it's much better. But it's a starting point. It's to generate ideas, and then from there you start editing. But it also depends, the answer that you're going to get, or the quality of the answer you're going to get, depends on the quality of your question. And this is where experienced people have again an advantage, because I know what to ask. So automatically, what I ask GPT or Claude to produce for me will already be at a higher level than somebody that does not have that knowledge. So, yes, it's a shortcut, but it's not the end result. And you have to be very careful, because you still need to train yourself. You still need to go out into the weeds. You still need to get mentorship. You still need to learn from other people to get at least the basics, and then you will become better and better over time. Not just think, okay, I have chat, great, let's
Hi.
start. I'm gonna launch my copywriting business because I just tap a few things and I press enter and patang, it's there. You're gonna have a rude awakening, because it's not going to convert. And a lot of people that I'm talking to now that come to me, they realized that, and they thought like, yeah, I have chat, I don't need a copywriter anymore. But sadly, it doesn't really work. It doesn't really work like that. You still have to have the basic marketing knowledge. You still have to understand human psychology, how people behave, and all these kind of things. A language learning model cannot save you or help you there a lot.
Nice, definitely it is true. And more than AI, that human this is AI is a perfectionism and human is not. And when you are not perfectionist, you are coming up with much better thing than just a machine. That's the really amazing thing that what you bring in right now, and loved it. And next thing is you being a funnel builder, you being a marketer, you being a copywriter. If we can see that funnel building and copywriting is a kind of service business where you are giving your service to businesses, coaches, consultant, whoever is looking for, right? And this is a kind of niche where people are charging hell lot of money, like crazy money for their services. And at the same time, there is a people who is even not able to charge uh, four figure for their services. They are just chasing for the client, chasing for the money. So what is the biggest mistakes they need to avoid if they really wanted to charge super high ticket for their service, for their services? What kind of mistakes they can avoid as a funnel builder, as a copywriter, as a marketer?
Okay, so the bigger problems you solve, the higher you can charge.
Definitely.
Another way to look at it is what I call avoiding the commodity trap. And funnel building itself is a commodity. And what do I mean by that? Is that everybody with an internet connection and a computer can learn software. They can learn the ClickFunnels editor. They can learn lead pages. They can learn Groove. They can learn whatever software that's out there, and moving elements around and putting some text in boxes, maybe put some colors behind it, and then they call themselves a funnel builder. It's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you're competing at that level, it's a commodity. And basically, in commodity, the person that charges the lowest wins the contract. Where the differentiation starts is the skill level. The reason why I can charge much more than what most other people can charge is because I'm offering that extra skill, that extra knowledge of and being a marketer and being an accomplished copywriter. And then the rest is just building up authority. I'm not even I'm not even promoting myself as a funnel builder because I know it's a commodity. There is a lot of competition. People say, "Yeah, I can build your ClickFunnel page." Yeah, I can do that also. But can you write a copy? Can you understand like how the flow is supposed to go? Like how many upsells, how many downsells? Do you understand how many emails? How the copy in the emails? And all these kind of things. So the more you can offer, the more you can start charging to people. So skills like marketing, strategy, and copywriting, those are the money making skills. The funnel building, okay, that's just one of the last things. I just enjoy doing it because I like creating. At some point when I'm too busy, I just hire somebody. Then I say, okay, I want you to build this and this and this for me, and I just keep the oversight, and that's basically how I operate. So never stop learning. Keep on keep on practicing your skill. Keep on getting better, and then you have to build up your authority. So the fact now that I received an award from Russell Brunson, people can see I've been on stage. I received an award. That's authority building because there's only about less than 50 people that got that particular award. You don't wake up one day and say like, I'm going to get my award. No, you have to work your way towards that. Now, I've built a page for Russell Brunson's and then Kennedy's offer, like the No BS marketing
Marketing.
newsletter there, um, made into the top 10. Maybe I even go and win it. I don't know. Like the next round is of the 10 people, they are split testing all the pages now. And the ones that have the highest conversions, they will go through. Then there will be 4 left. And then is another round of running ads, and of those four, they will then see who is the one that actually is the ultimate winner. Is that going to be me? I don't know, but I'm already in the top 10. Again, that is something that I can use as authority because there's not so many people that can say I built a funnel, a page for Russell Brunson that he personally approved, because he's not going to approve and say, okay, we're going to run ads to that if he can't stand 100% behind that. And they're not joking when they say we drive traffic. They're doing $10,000 a day to these pages. So it's like they want to get results and they want to see data coming in fast. And obviously, ClickFunnels is a wildly profitable company, so they can, and they also know what is at their backend. They don't go like, I'm going to spend $10,000 per day and then just see what happens. No, they know their lifetime value of their customer. They know all their numbers. So when they're spending 10K a day on Facebook ads, they know that they are going to be profitable. They will at least make 15 or 20K, even if they run split tests. And because they can spend so much money, they can have a huge volume that they can push through these pages in a very short time. Because when Russell's team built their funnels for his products and they start testing, they do exactly the same thing. They want results fast. And the only way that you can get results fast is put a lot of money on there, put a huge amount of traffic through there, and then you can very quickly see, okay, these are winners. These are not doing very well. We take those out, and then what is left? They still do the $10,000, but then it goes only to 4 pages, and then to 2 pages, and then you have a winner. That's how the whole split testing actually works. Most people take way too long to do that because they don't have the financial means to go hard and heavy. Yeah, they spend maybe like $100 a day, which is like $3,000 a month, is a lot for a lot of people already. But at $100 a day, it takes too long to get data and to see results. So that's maybe another thing that people need to maybe think about. If you want to split test something, push more money in the beginning, get your results quicker, so you can make then decisions based on the data. Because some of these pages, they go like, I'm not really sure that's going to work. But it's not up to us to know what's going to work. It's the market that decides what is successful or not. So you can say, like, oh, this is going to be great, and that might be a lemon. While the one that you go like, I don't really think this is going to do too well, might be your winner. So this is,
Yeah.
again, a mistake that we make as humans, is that we have certain biases, and with data, that all goes out of the window. Bias doesn't count. Like, data doesn't lie. One of my other mentors in my Facebook ads management period said, bring the data, not the drama. So she was a coach, and she helped people improving their Facebook ads campaign. And she always said, like, look, this is how you collect your data. I will go through your ads, but you have to spend this amount of money per day, this amount per week, collect it daily. Then we go on the next week coaching call and we look at the data. We don't care about the drama or this or that. We only look at the numbers, because you make your decisions based on the results. It's the only thing that counts.
Again, a mic drop stuff that you shared with us, and whatever the words and things that you shared is making a lot of sense. Like all the services in like same for, if I can talk about my like funnel building services, all the things, it's commodity. You need to sell the end result. If I talk about like interview podcast that I am offering, the done for you services, the coaching services, it's again a commodity. Till the time I'm not showing them that this is something that can bring you the result. And if you just wanted to play the short, play the commodity game. But if you think that I wanted to play the long,
Yes.
show the thing. Beautiful, amazing. And when it comes to building a successful funnels and a successful page into the funnels, what is the things that you keep in your mind, that I need to see the copy, I need to see the integration, what is going in your mind to make a successful landing page that is generating numbers that you just mentioned with us?
For me, the funnel building, the pages is the last thing that I do. And a lot of people start there. And for me, it's the last thing. I start all the way at the front or at the back, depending on how you look at it. But I start with deep avatar audience research, because from there, everything starts. And based on that, I combine that with the product that the client wants me or that the clients wants to promote, like the service, coaching service, or course, or supplement what they're wanting what they're wanting to sell. So I make a whole blueprint, and that blueprint is not only about avatar, but it's also a messaging blueprint. So because and I'm talking about, these are documents that are 50 plus pages. Like normally there's somewhere around 65 to 80 pages, and it's not like full of pictures. It's like almost all broke is text. Obviously I put some spacing in that it can be read, but these are full on research documents, and it's a blueprint that people know this is my avatar. And then based on that, I'm creating story frameworks, like emotional statements. Spend a lot of time, what you just mentioned, on the transformation, because that's what people buy. People buy the end result. People buy the transformation. They don't buy the thing. Like the best thing that I always compare this with is that when you look at a holiday brochure or an ad for a destination to a tropical island, for example, what do you see? You see the kids, you see like white beaches, blue water, palm trees, somebody sipping a coconut in a hammock, because that's what people want. They are not talking about the 4 hours you have to be before the flight leaves at the airport, full of a lot of people, a lot of other people, like the stress of packing, like dealing with immigration or TSA employees, sitting on a small metal box that makes a lot of noise while it's up in the air. Maybe there's a kid screaming in front of you for the whole 7 hours. That then you arrive like that tired in a new country. The taxi is trying to rip you off. They're not talking about that. Yeah, they're just talking about what is going to happen. Because if you talk about everything that they have to do to get to that island, nobody is going to book. Yeah, so they want the end result. So always keep that in mind, and you have to know what the transformation is, what they really want. And you can only get there by doing that deep avatar research. And then based on that, I have my copy framework with diary entries, emotional statements before and after, and there's a couple of other things that are proprietary in my system. And once I have that, then I start writing and looking at copy. And we also put funnel strategy in there, because another thing that a lot of people don't understand or look at is principles from Eugene Schwartz. What is the awareness level, the product awareness level of your audience, and what is the sophistication level of the market? Two hugely important things. It's going to take too long to go into that, but people can Google that. Levels of awareness and levels of sophistication, and then maybe some light bulbs go off. Because if people that are in a product aware level, for example, the copy is different than when they are already in a solution aware level, for example. Or if market sophistication all has to do with the amount of competition there is. And the more competition there is, the more important a unique mechanism becomes. And a unique mechanism is the one thing that makes you different, that makes you stand out. Why everything else they tried before that didn't work because they didn't have your unique mechanism. So all these things are crucial, and this is all part of the research. So it goes much deeper than just avatar and copy. It also goes into those levels, and then creating the copy based on the unique mechanism with other techniques that we call positive hooks and negative hooks. Those are attention grabbers. So it's very, very in detail. And once you have that blueprint and you have the bigger picture, then everything comes together and everything starts all of a sudden to make more sense. The reason why I started developing this is because this is the kind of document that I want to get as a copywriter, and that you people don't have that. And then I was always so disappointed. Like, people ask me, write a webinar script, write a VSL, write me a long form sales page. And then you get like one sheet of paper with some general stuff on there. You can't really do anything with that. This is like, it's impossible. Not even a magician can produce something, of any, like something that grabs people by the throat, that creates that connection. You cannot do that from a one piece of avatar description. I totally forgot now what your question was, but this is where I start, and then from there I start writing the copy. Then it also depends on what the product is, because certain products you sell, or services you sell with the VSL, other ones you sell with a webinar, for example. Other ones you can go straight to sales. You don't need VSL, or it just all depends. So the whole strategy of which funnel we are going to build also depends on all that initial research, because all these things, when you start, they are an unknown, and you can only get to the deeper part, the part where you want to be building your funnel, is by peeling the onion, like taking away the pieces and revealing and revealing and revealing, and then all of a sudden, okay, this is what I need. This is the funnel that I need. This is what I need to write for that. These are going to be my upsells and my downsells, and that's how you create a successful campaign. Don't jump straight into building your page. Start all the way with your foundations.
Yeah. You already answered the question. You didn't forget the question, but you enter into the flow. And definitely, whatever you mentioned is answered the question that I put onto you, because building funnel is just not just a funnel building process. It's entire the foundation that you just drop down, and I think that's the only reason that help you to be in the top 10 of Russell Brunson competition. If am I wrong? No, am I right? Yes,
Yes,
right.
because it's a competition. So you don't only compete against Russell's control, but you compete against
Yes.
everybody else. And you only get 24 hours. And I know that some of my colleagues, they didn't sleep. They didn't sleep and eat, but I don't have that luxury. First of all, I'm not in the US, so it was revealed at 2 p.m. US time. That's like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'm motivated and dedicated. But I'm not going to get up at 2 o'clock in the morning to find out what's going on. So by the time that I knew, like, this is the page that you have to beat, other people were already like 4, 5, 6 hours into the competition, and I still had to start. And I have clients that I need to get on Zoom calls. I have a son that I need to go and bring to school and pick him up. So it's just that I don't don't really have 24 hours. So then it's just like thinking, okay, so I know some of these people that have full-on agencies. They have like 3, 4 people, and they were all sitting ready. Like, as soon as the thing was dropped, like, this is what you have to beat, go. And I was like, okay, so what do I have that I know that these people are maybe not that strong at? Is ideas and copywriting. And I created something in less than 8 hours. pushed it out there, and it was done, and it was accepted because it is different. It's
Yeah.
different the way how I approached the concept. I rewritten all the copy, new hook, new story, because the offer we couldn't change. So he said, like, you can do whatever you want, but the offer, this is the offer, but you can change the colors, you can change the font, you can change the videos, you can change everything, but not the offer, and don't go off brand too much without being very specific. So yeah, so it's that, like, using, because as a designer I'm not really that great. There are much better designers out there, but I don't have to be an ace at design,
Yeah.
because I'm much stronger in the other parts, and these parts really do matter much more. What I always, if people ask me that question, yeah, but I want to have a beautiful page, I said, like, go and look at the pages of Frank Kern. He's a multi-millionaire. He makes millions per month from his sales funnels, and they're all really very basic. He doesn't spend time to put like lots of whistles and bells and nice icons and that it all looks. No, it's pure, it's messaging. Make sure that you're in sync with your audience. The rest doesn't matter. If you're in sync with your audience, it doesn't matter what your page looks like.
Yes.
A beautiful landing page with a message that's completely off is never going to convert. Doesn't matter how beautiful it is. An ugly page with the right message will always outperform. And because I'm around in this internet marketing thing for quite a while, there's a lot of people, even successful people, that sell from a Google Doc.
Hmm.
They don't even create a funnel. You
Yeah.
can make a very beautiful Google Doc. There's a link, you can link it, you can put that anywhere. People click on the link, they go to the Google Doc, you can put pictures and buttons in there. That's it, completely free. You don't need a beautiful funnel
Yeah.
to become a millionaire and sell your product. More important is understanding your audience, being able to connect with them, have a very powerful message, and all the rest is all
Results.
extra.
Yeah, loved it. Amazing. Thank you for sharing this one perspective. And as it's a famous quote, like success is a simple. If you make it complicated, you are making it complicated for your own wins or something. But you just need to do the things that is already working. Like you don't need to reinvent the wheel. That's what the things. Thank you for sharing a lot of nuggets on today's interview, and really appreciate you for sharing this. Before we wrap up the show, um, any top three things that you want to share with us from your journey, from your experience, to my audience, to the listeners, that can make huge difference into their life? The three things.
Go back to your foundations. That's one thing. Don't chase shiny objects, because they're only going to take away your focus. And stick with one thing in the beginning and try to become the best as you can be. For me, that was Facebook ads.
Yes.
That's the only thing that I did. Well, I started with social media management, as I said in the beginning also, but I dropped that very quickly, knowing stick with one thing, become the best that you can be, and then see where it goes from there. Maybe that's enough. I have a lot of people that run very successful Facebook ads management agencies, or even freelancers. I knew for me that wasn't the end result, because that's not really where my deepest passion lies. But that's what you need to do. Go back to make sure you have your foundations. Don't get pulled in shiny objects, because you're only going to lose your focus. Concentrate on one thing and become the best that you can be in that, and then build on that if you want to.
Amazing. Thank you so much once again for sharing. And all of the things make sense a lot. Like your foundation is very important. Don't run behind the shiny objects, and Third is what you like, just go and do it, don't stick. Amazing, thank you so much once again for sharing this. And guys, if you love this interview, just drop what is the biggest learning of yours from this interview, and how you are actually going to implement this one thing in your life, in your business. And Coin, where do people can connect with you, find more about you, and if they want to work with you, how do they connect?
Yeah, I have a website which is like letters from my last name. That's D for Dirk, W for whiskey, and T for Tio. So DWT digital.com. That's it. Very
Amazing.
simple.
Thank you for sharing. So I'll drop this link in the chat box in the show notes, and go and follow him on all the social media platforms and connect with him. He's one of the most amazing person. Till then, Nilesh Jain signing off from the Entrepreneurs Warrior Show, and I'll be coming up with amazing, incredible guests with on this podcast. Till then, have a great day. Bye bye.